50. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and and this is my little kitty co-host, the Marat. Yeah. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It's so great to have you again here with me. If you're a new viewer, welcome. Please feel at home. This is a knitting, spinning and dyeing podcast in Switzerland, in the town of Adliswil near Zurich. I live here with my husband Gleb and our 2.5-year-old son Stasio. So I'm trying to talk a bit quieter than usual because Stasha is sick and he's sleeping now, so I don't want to wake him up, of course. So I was actually worried that I won't be able to record at all because if Stasha's at home, I can't possibly sit down and record in peace because that's how 2-year-olds are. And but fingers crossed, we'll manage before he wakes up. So we have Wednesday today, August 17th of 2016, and this is around episode 30. Yay! Awesome! If you enjoy my show, please subscribe to my channel so you will be informed about my updates here on YouTube. And my show notes are always in the down bar here on the video, and also the links to patterns or manufacturers, artists I mentioned are usually in the show notes in video description, also below, but more below. And you can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. I'm very excited, and this is one of the reasons I really wanted to record the podcast today and not next week when Stasha is back to daycare. I have something to announce, and those of you who watch Yarngasm with Kristen, hi Kristen, already know that we decided to co-host a unicorn along. How awesome is that? It's just just like Kristen mentioned on her show, I stumbled upon a picture of a pattern that is a really fresh pattern, just published now in August. And it's, to say it right, Nila the unicorn. And it's a pattern for a stuffy unicorn, and it is a pattern for knitting, because I really wanted to learn how to make toys like amigurumi you see here and there. They are so cute, but I'm not that good at crochet and I don't enjoy it that much, so I ended up crocheting only one toy, a sheep, and that was it. But yeah, now for knitting, it's awesome. And also I know that Kristen really loves unicorns, so I instantly thought about her, and I sent her the pattern because it's so fresh and new. She might have not seen it before, so I sent it to her, and you should totally knit it, look. And she said, I have to knit it. I need it in my life. And what would you say to doing a unicorn along together? So I said, hey, that's so awesome. That's completely awesome. And so I'm announcing now the unicorn along that I'm co-hosting with Kristen. And we will have, each of us in our groups, respective groups, will have 2 threads for the unicorn along. One will be for chattering and showing your progress or admiring others people's work, stuff like that, sharing ideas, whatever. And the other thread will be for finished objects, and there we ask that you only post one post, because then we will use like the number of the post will be your number, and we will use it for drawing the giveaway prizes. So yay! There will be prizes from Kristen, prizes from me, and we agreed that double dipping is absolutely okay. So you can post your finished object both in her thread and in my thread, and then yeah, you have higher chances of winning something. So yay! What else? Oh yes, the deadline is till the end of September, so we will close our threads at the end of September. And the pattern you choose can be anything unicorn related. So it could be a toy, like the one that we will be knitting. It could be, for example, stranded knitting with a picture of a unicorn. It can be unicorn-inspired yarn. Yeah, just anything to do with unicorns. And yeah, if you're interested, you should totally check out Kristen's chatter thread, because there are already awesome ideas there. Somebody has even finished their object already. There's a really cute little crocheted unicorn. Yes, of course, you don't have to knit the project. You can use other techniques like crochet. And yeah, this is it, and I will be I have started my unicorn already, so I will be showing that in the knitting segment. But I have another announcement that makes me also extremely excited, and that is that I got confirmation that I will be a vendor on the so-called Swiss Wolle Festival, which is Swiss wool festival here in Switzerland, in Zug, and it's been at least once before here, but last year I went there and I had a lot of fun, so yeah, I wanted to become a vendor as well. And if you are by any chance going to be there, it's October 8th and 9th, it's Saturday and Sunday. Please come and say hello. I would be so delighted. And it will be my first event as a yarn dyer, as a vendor, not just a customer. So yeah, there will be a lot of work, but I'm so happy and excited to do that. You have no idea, or maybe you do. So yeah, that's it for announcement, and now we can start with knitting. So let's start with my unicorn that I have in my unicorn bag. And it's this bag is by Molly from Molly Klein Design. Yay! So I basically have the head of the unicorn. So this is the head of my unicorn. She's so extremely cute. The pattern says you should use safety eyes, but they are not that easy to come by here in Switzerland. So I just made yarn eyes. I think they're cute too. Maybe the horn should be more like this, but she was in the bag, so it got a bit. Yeah, these are the ears. So yeah, you start with the head, then you do the ears, and then you do the horn, and you can start on knitting the body. And the yarn that I'm using, I'm really happy how it knits up. I mean, this is my main color. So yeah, the main color I'm using is my hand-dyed yarn, and now you can finally understand why recently I've been knitting almost exclusively from my own yarn. That was because I was hoping, yeah, I had some problems getting in touch with the organizers of the festival, so I wasn't sure whether I will be vending there or not, and finally I got the confirmation so I can announce it. But anyway, I thought, alright, they're not answering my emails, so I will just start with preparing my knitted, my project, so I could put them on my booth and people could see what you can make from my yarn. So, and it takes time, right, to knit many projects for the booth. But anyway, for the unicorn main color, I'm using my hand-dyed yarn on my Romulus base, which is superwash merino worsted weight yarn, and the colorway is Silver Towers. Silver Towers is the colorway inspired by The Witcher, if you know what I mean. There's the computer game The Witcher, but I've been a fan of The Witcher for many years now because it started with the books. The authors started publishing them in the 80s, so I was, well, I didn't read them as soon as they appeared, but I was at the beginning of high school or something like that when I read the whole saga and I fell in love. But anyway, Silver Towers Romulus, and for the contrasting color, this is just white yarn. I'm very proud of myself because I'm using something from my stash and that I used for a previous project. Around 2 years ago I was knitting. It was an interesting technique. If you know illusion knitting or something with a similar name, it's pretty easy. You use two colors, contrasting colors. For example, I used white and graphite gray, and you use basically only knits and purls, and they create a picture that you can actually see. For example, let's say if you have a scarf, you can't see the picture really when you look at it like this, but if you turn it at an angle, a picture is forming. So I knitted a scarf slash something to hang on your wall for my friend Milica, and it had winter is coming motto and a dire wolf underneath. Thus the colors I chose. And yeah, the effect is great and it's easy. You do stripes, and when you turn it at an angle, one color disappears from view almost, and the purl bumps and knit flats they create a picture. Look it up. It's something, yeah, it's easy, and the effect is really rewarding. But back to my unicorn. This yarn is by the Swiss brand Lang Yarns, and it's called Classico, as far as I know. Just a moment. Yes, Classico, and it's a merino, nylon, and cotton blend. And I held it like double stranded to get it to the proper weight, because it was something around DK. So yeah, so I just held it double, and this cute yarn that I used for the horn, where is it? It's this one. It's Lana Gatto Super Soft, and it's 100% merino, and it really is super soft. I used this, maybe that cute little sweater appeared on my podcast, for my friend's baby. I made a bee sweater because it was with stripes, and this beautiful golden colorway. It really made me think of a golden unicorn's horn. So I just used it, and again, stash diving. Awesome. And I'm knitting. Oh yeah, this is the Silver Towers skein cake now. And I'm using my Addi Colibri DPNs. Oh yeah. So the pattern says you should use something around US size 6. I think it is 6. So in metrics is 4 millimeters, and I thought, yeah, let's just do that. The gauge is not really crucial, because it's just it's a toy. If you have looser gauge, it may be a bit more floppy and bigger, but no disaster will occur. However, it turned out that I do have 4 millimeter DPNs, but only bamboo. And I, as I mentioned before, I have some wooden and bamboo needles, because there was a time that I did not know what I like yet. And so yeah, so I bought them, and it turns out that I'm completely not a fan of any wooden needles. Yeah, but it turned out that I have these. I mentioned them a couple of episodes before. I just bought 3.75 millimeter needles, and I love to work with these for DPNs. They're my favorite choice, actually. And I thought, okay, my gauge is always too loose. Let's just use these, and that's what I did. And I'm okay with the effect. So yay! Because I really did not want to knit on my bamboos, and I had the moment to cast on the unicorn, and I had all the yarn, and then, oh no, oh god, I don't want these bamboos. I had them here. Oh. How did this appear here? I think it was my husband. Excuse me. So I had these, but no idea whatsoever about the brand. I think I bought them in our local yarn store in Adlisville. They might be Prim, because they're popular here, but I don't know. I mean, just look at those blunt tips. It's not for me. Well, I have knitted quite a lot on these, to be honest, but I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. Okay, enough of that. So let's proceed. This is the head, and I really wanted to do some more, but I thought, okay, next episode I'm just announcing the knit along. It would be awkward if I had like the half of the unicorn already done. So I just stopped knitting on this, and I worked on my other projects instead. About Ashling, by Justyna Lorkowska. I really want to finish this because, yeah, I put so much work into this already, and I need it for the festival too, for my booth, as an example finished project. But yeah, I only did this much of the border, and yes, I'm not in love with cable knitting. Recently I watched Katie from Inside Number 23, and she just almost finished her cabled sweater, and she said like it's so enjoyable to knit cables, and I was like, hmm. Yeah, I'm a bit jealous because cables are so beautiful, but I don't really enjoy knitting on them. Maybe if there are less cables, it is enjoyable. But if it's so complicated and intricate a pattern, it gets a bit complicated. And I'm knitting this on 3.5mm needles from my hand-dyed yarn, again, Wolff&Schafe Paw in Botany colorway, and Belladonna in my Honey colorway. And I really love the yarn and the colors. It's just the progress I'm making seems to be so slow and small. It's really discouraging, you know. But yeah, this is my Ashling. And what next? What next? Oh yeah, I finished a pair of knitted knockers. Yay! So I have a pair of Capsi, and I can add them to to our storage. If you're a new viewer, I'm preparing with my friend Kim. We will be starting from October knitted knockers group, and these are knitted prosthetics for breast cancer survivors, and we do it as a charity group. So yeah, I think it's a great thing to occupy yourself. And for now I'm just testing, because I will be doing kind of like instruction meetings or workshops for people who will want to join our group. So I want to be familiar with the pattern, and I also wanted to find yarn that I would recommend and stuff like that. So yay. The yarn I'm using is Cotton Time by Schahenmeyer, and yeah, I have some skeins left. Unfortunately, they won't be making this yarn anymore, so I had to find another option. So next up I will be trying this out. This is Tisa by Lang Yarns, and it's also 100% cotton. I'm just a bit concerned that this yarn is thinner, so I will probably have to change the needle size. Well, I will make a gauge anyway, because size, in this case, size matters. So yes, and for the cup B that I made, the previous pair, I had pretty much yarn left from the 50 gram skein, but for cup C I almost ran out of yarn. These are 50 gram skeins, so yeah, so this is also an information I would like to share on my in the group we are creating, so we will be well prepared. What next? Let's have a sip of tea. Oh, tea. I'm drinking today Lipton tea because sometimes I love me some Lipton tea, and it's one of my favorite peach and mango flavored tea mixture, so I'm just enjoying it. Yes, I put quite of a dent onto the test knit I'm doing for Amanita. She designed a shawl from my hand-dyed yarn, and I'm so happy. And it's just, yeah, it's so amazing to be working with such creative people. And we did a lot of chatting and about the project, and yeah, it's just amazing and exciting. But anyway, the shawl is oops, yeah, sorry for the noise. The shawl has grown. Ta-dam, ta-dam, ta-dam. I'm after the second stripe, and it's so beautiful. Such a nice detail. She designed it as to so that it has eyelets. So as you can see, it has eyelets, but each stripe there will be, I think, at least one more. Is a bit different. So this one has eyelets here between the stripes, and here the eyelets are inside the stripe. And the next one will be a mirrored version of this one, so they will be up of the stripe. So yeah, you can see this is my progress keeper, and I made this much of progress in this 1 week. So yay, amazing! The name is still a secret. And I hope Agata will soon decide to share the name of the pattern. But anyway, I'm knitting on my carbons interchangeables, and Agata used a bigger size needle, but as I said, my gauge is usually too loose, and I decided to use 3mm needles. So yeah, I was chatting with Agata on Instagram and showing her the tension of the fabric I created, and asking you, do you think it's okay? She's like, yeah, it looks good, okay. I decided I will be knitting on 3mm needles. This is also because I don't want to run out of yarn. And as you know, I don't like my shawls to be too huge, so yeah, that was my choice, and I love knitting on my carbons. They're just so pleasant to work with, and I'm very pleased with how the stripes look like, because the contrasting color is variegated yarn. And I just love those, those spots of different colors inside of the stripe, and it makes me very happy somehow. So my main color is this is Sakura, and it's my hand-dyed yarn. Again, this shawl is also going to be on my booth, so I'm using my own yarn. It's not like I'm completely in love with my own yarn and I don't use anything else. No, I really wanted to make my booth pretty. So yes, you have to forgive me for that. And the yarn I'm using is on my Sequin base, which is 100% sustainable merino, which means it's from the sustainable farming and where the sheep are kept happy, and no nasty things are done to them. But anyway, this yarn is extremely soft. It's not a super wash base, so so the colors are a bit muted compared to my I might even have it here. Oh no, it's in the other room. But anyway, so this is Sakura, and it's fingering weight. This is Sakura, and this is on the coldest winter night. And the colors are more muted on this base, because it so happens that when the yarn is superwash, the colors, they get much brighter than on non-superwash wool. Anyway, I love this colorway. I love this colorway just as I love the song. It's the name is inspired by. It's by Camelot. And yes, it's this muted blue with darker spot, also blue, but some also browns added and grays here and there. And I think it plays really well together with that really cute pink of the cherry blossom flowers, which is Sakura. So yay! There will be an applied border here, but its construction is different than in Ashling. There won't be cables, so, and there will be, I think I can say it, there will be leaves, and I love leaves, so also that's why I'm using this progress keeper that I made. Yay, I really love it. I love everything about it. I love the color of the bead, it's a glass bead, this tree charm, and a tiny little leaf here. So this is Agata Mackiewicz's shawl. Again, if you're curious how to pronounce, it's Mackiewicz. I explained the first part of pronunciation last week, but I completely forgot to mention that in Polish, just like in German, we pronounce W's as V's. So it's, yeah, like my name. It's Wolf, not Wolf. And CZ, it's ch, like, well, more or less like CH, right? Ch. Okay, but that's not all. That's not all. I have more, and it blends a bit with the next segment. But my cozy memories blanket. I'm having a lot of fun working on this project, and I have also decided that, because I decided I will have 10 squares. Like my rows will be 10 squares long, but yeah, then I put it like over myself, and I thought, nah, it seems too narrow, so I decided that I will add at least 3 squares more. So right now I have million ends to weave in. But anyway, this is my first row. This is the second row that I have started. You've seen it on the last episode, this last square. And then I started adding here. This was my last square of row 1. And I've added this beauty here. And I'm just almost done with knitting this one, and there will be another one. So, and I'm knitting on 3mm DPNs. I'm just using 2 DPNs. These are Knit Pro Zings. They are beautiful because of the colors, but too blunt for me. I would prefer them to be more like those regular metal needles by Knit Pro or carbons. These are just, yeah, too blunt for me. And about this. This is my handspun. I have some left. I should have it somewhere here. Yes, I do. So this is how much I have left. I have spun one row leg, and these are row legs. I think you've seen them before on the podcast. They're really crinkly, sorry. These are row legs by Wolff&Schafe from the UK, in this gorgeous colorway, which is called Fafnir's Heart. And Fafnir is the name of a dragon that got slayed by Sigurd or Siegfried, depending which language version you prefer. And yeah, and afterwards Sigurd ate his heart and learned the language of the birds. But anyway, it's so beautiful. It has such a deep blood color, and I have still, well, this package is 100 grams together, and it's merino, baby llama, tassa silk, mulberry silk, bamboo, and angelina. You have like everything here, and it's extremely soft. And I'm delighted with this colorway. It's really gorgeous. But when I ordered from Wolff&Schafe, I also got this. It's also the same, like 100 grams package, and the colorway is Crystal Ice Cave. And there's merino, baby llama, and angelina. And it's also extremely soft, and I made this. So this yarn is 3-plied yarn. I Navajo plied it, and here I tried again to make a fingering weight single. So this is what I got, and we will see. I think it's thicker than my previous attempt. This is this beautiful Fafnir's Heart, and yes, I love them. I'm thinking about because I spun these specifically for my Cozy Memories blanket, because I think it's fun to add hand-spun squares to my project. And I'm thinking about, after taking class by Felicia Lowe from Craftsy, it was spinning dyed fibers. I'm thinking about spinning these two together, but not plying them together, but trying to create a single plied yarn from, like, using those two row legs together. And I will see if I will manage that, because when I was spinning on these, it was pretty obvious that the fiber was so fine that it was not too easy to spin it to the thickness that I wanted. So so we will see, but I think these two colorways would look amazing spun together. Oh, sorry for that noise. I just had the bag with stuffing for the unicorn under my leg. Excuse me. So yay! I have also spun another single, and you might have seen this fiber before. It's actually here. This beautiful braid, but this fiber is completely different. It's English wool blend. So these are various English sheep breeds here together, And I suppose they take the dye beautifully, as you can see, but they are much, of course, they are much rougher than a baby llama or bamboo or something like that. So I think it will be quite a scratchy yarn in comparison, but maybe not that bad. Well, in a blanket it's absolutely forgivable, but the spinning process, it was so easy, so easy, so enjoyable. Yeah, it was just fun, and it was much easier to create fingering weight single plied yarn. So I had a lot of fun spinning on this, and I still have some left. But that's not all, you guys. This week I completely yeah, went crazy with with spinning. Because I have also this cute little thingy, and it's Corriedale Navajo Plaid. I just stole some from one braid that I have dyed, and I really enjoyed spinning on this as well. And that is because it was interesting, it was different. The fibers are pretty sleek, and I think also quite long, especially compared to merino, which has short staple length, which means the hairs are short, but very fine. It was really an enjoyable spin, and these three are my spinning samples for my booth as well. I can tell you now, because I got the confirmation that I will be vending, so yeah. I think I will spin some more, but at least I have these, I have the whole skein of my Shetland somewhere here. That's the one, so this can be like a sample in itself. This is Shetland, and I have here the Polworth, the Falkland, and the Corriedale. And yay, it's so amazing to spin various fibers. It's so interesting because everything is different. I know, I always say that, but it's so true. So yeah, as for dyeing, I've been dyeing a lot last week, but I haven't created new colorways. I just really need to dye a lot of skeins right now, and because in September I will be away for almost 3 weeks, and the festival is October 8th and 9th, so I don't have that much time left, but I can show you some. For example, I think these two look great together. The dark one is my Barbara colorway, and this pale yarn is Fuji, which is Wisteria from my Japanese flowers collection, and I think they look great together. I'm actually thinking that I could have a sweater from this yarn, because yeah, this color looks really nice on me. And I'm really happy how it dyed up. This is on my Romulus base, just like the one I used for the unicorn, so it's worsted weight yarn, and it has these more reddish, more bluish parts, and some red dots here and there from the scarlet dye that I used, so it makes it really 3D. I have also dyed some, yeah, these would look great together as well. This is Yamabuki, also from the Japanese flowers collection, and this is Belladonna, and I have also Also on belladonna I have kobai, which is red plum. So I've been dyeing quite a lot, and it just makes me so happy. Right now I don't know what I will do this week, because with my son sick, it won't be really possible for me to dye too much. I will do my best, but yeah, we shall see what happens. So yeah, only the last segment is left about my life. And in my life, as I have just told you, my son is sick, and we just went to the doctor with him today. We were a bit scared because he got some spots on, like red spots on his body. So we are afraid that it could be chicken pox, but it's not. It seems that it's not anything really serious, but still, we got a little scare yesterday. What else I'm doing? I'm watching some Japanese anime and TV shows, because next month I'm going to Japan and I'm not using this language that much anymore. So I thought it would be prudent to just, refresh my Japanese language skills. And I'm having fun. There was some series that my friend recommended, and it's funny because it's like the description says it's a science fiction, because there's they have developed a drug that can make you 10 years younger, and then the main character takes it like for an experiment, and because he's jobless and he needs money, and then the whole show turns just into a high school story, like purely everyday life, and yeah, and it's interesting and fun. So that's what I'm watching right now, and I'm still reading Murder on the Orient Express, and I think only because this edition is just too tightly made. I mean, it's very difficult to hold it and knit at the same time. So yeah, but I have a next book, just I'm around the half of the story already, so once I'm done with it, I will be reading this. Yay! Because I take our knit along really seriously. So this book, I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time now, and I thought when Kristen suggested the Unicorn Along, I thought, okay, that's that moment. I buy this book, and can you see? It's perfect for knitting. You just open this and it lays almost flat. It will be perfect. I love this edition. So yes, The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. And I'm very excited to read it. So many people say they cannot recommend it more. And there is also the animated movie that I really want to watch, but after I'm done with this one. So yes, this is it. And I suppose this is everything for this week. Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you a wonderful week and happy crafting, happy knitting. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!